So I want to talk about eye gates. I want to talk about ear gates. Um, on Sunday night, I was watching a movie, and not really a movie, a series. And this series I was watching is a very gory. Um, the show I was watching on Sunday night, I was watching a show, and I haven't watched the show in a very long time. But I just said I should watch a show, and initially I had some hesitation. I felt some hesitation not to watch the show. But I was like, man, I love the show, man. I would say the show. The show is this popular Amazon Prime series, The Boys. And I was watching The Boys season 4 because I've never watched it. And it was, let's just say it was gory. It was had a lot of sexual explicit content. It was if you watch The Boys, you know how The Boys is. But here's what I'm going to. There was where I was watching the show. It was like a binge watch, and I watched the show up to a certain point, and and all of a sudden I sensed the presence of an angel in my room, and this angel like just spoke to me that it's time to pray. And then I reached out to my phone away from my laptop, and I reached out to my phone, and I checked the time, and I saw that the time was 5 minutes after 12, the usual time I have my nightly videos, personal nightly videos. And I was like, Jehovah, Jesus Christ, Holy Michael, blah, blah, blah. I just prayed like like 10 seconds prayer and returned to watching my film. Bad mistake. Bad mistake. Here's where I'm going to. Now, you see that night, the kind of dreams I don't want to go into details, not to glorify the devil, but I had a lot of nasty dreams. I saw a lot of weird stuff in my dreams, and I just knew by consciousness that it was because of the show I was watching. And this is not new information to me. This is something I know already. But you see, sometimes we know some things and we just want to be stubborn. We just want to see how, it's not really that deep. It is that deep. And here's the thing. This is what I'm speaking on. I'm speaking on entertainment and the things we watch. And immediately I woke up, I prayed, I sanctified myself, got myself water, just prayed on myself and repented, asked God for mercy and just renounce renounce all the filth I had entered covenant with. Because that's the thing with these shows you watch, this music you listen to, is like whatever piece of content, let me just say this, whatever piece of content either comes, every piece of content comes with a spirit. And that spirit either comes from the kingdom of light or the kingdom of darkness. And there's a lot of godless, filthy content in our media space today. And here's the thing, when you consume it as a Christian, you enter covenant with it. You open the doors to whatever spirit that is following that content. And when I watched this show, I opened the doors to some spirits and they came to me in my dream and I saw them. And I just thank God for God's mercy that, got me alert and I rebuked them. It was warfare. I was fighting in my dream. And I just thank God for his mercy because, man, I'm not giving myself any glory here. It's just God. But, how many people, the reason why I could even discern these kind of things were happening in the dream was because to some extent I have some spiritual insights. I have a prayer life and I just have a discerning spirit and that keeps me active in the spirit. But for some people who are not so active in the spirit, that consume this type of content, that allow demons free access into their dreams, into their life, what's now the hope? I say this not to condemn anybody. I say this not to condemn anybody, but rather to just advise. Be careful of the piece of content you watch. Be careful of the things you watch. And immediately after that, I just woke up the next morning. I haven't finished watching the show till now. I just deleted the show. I'm like, I can't watch this anymore. And this has been my reality for a while. There's a lot of shows I've not been able to watch ever since I started like taking my walk with God seriously. Like I would just cringe. Even some music. There's some music I don't listen to anymore. Even down to football, bro. I know this sounds extreme. It's like, it's not that deep now. It's just football. I'm saying that, look, if you really want to follow God, if you really, really want to follow God, There are certain sacrifices you must make, and they will not be pleasant. You cannot go where you used to go. You cannot watch what you normally watch. You cannot hear what you normally hear. You cannot hang around people that you normally hang around with. It's the price. It's these are the things that entail taking up your cross and following Christ. And we just have to come to that place as Christians whereby we don't compromise on the little things. Because here's the thing: if you can compromise on the little things, you will eventually compromise for the big things. Oh, it's just a show, it's just a music, it's just an event, it's just a party, it's just it's just this. They're not bad guys, they're not bad girls. It's just that part. You know, eventually, if you keep on playing with fire, it will burn you, and it will burn you bad. The moment you feel the heat, stay away from it. And I thank God the next day, that was yesterday night, because this happened on a Sunday night to Monday. So Monday night yesterday. They did not tell me twice. I did not get the I did not get the intuition twice. When it was 12. And I even started 11 earlier. I got to my prayer room, my little closet here, and I just started praying. I think I didn't leave there up until after 2 a.m. Very amazing, you know, private session with God. But what am I saying? I'm saying that if you really want to grow in God, there are certain things you cannot grow in God while carrying some certain baggage. You cannot journey with God while carrying some certain baggage. You have to drop them. You can't. It cannot work. It's like saying you're trying to enter a narrow door and you're trying to enter with so many bags. And this is what Christ was saying about the rich man, that how difficult it is for a rich man to enter the kingdom of heaven, because it's like a camel trying to pass through the eye of a needle. The needle there is referring to certain certain a certain path in which only camels could walk through. It's not really an actual needle, but a needle refers to it. Like imagine a big gate, then a small gate here. But here's the thing: for that camel to pass through that small gate, it has to bend, it has to offload some of the loads on it. And here's the thing: if you really want to pass through that season where you want to come into um a new dimension in your work with God, there are some things you have to humble yourself and drop down. It could be food. It could be some certain diets you just can't do without. It could be some urges. It could be some cravings, some addictions. It could be, the kind of entertainment you consume. It could be the location. It could be your people you hang around. It could be certain relationships you have to cut off. But at some point, to grow in the place of, in the spirit place, you have to make some hard sacrifices. And when you make this sacrifice, because personally, now talking personally, is these are sacrifices I've made before. I can't remember, like I said, I can't remember when last I watched the show. But I was just like, I beg, it's not that deep, I beg. But see, look, I felt the consequences. Meaning, there's no how much you grow in God that you feel, let me put this well. No matter how high you grow in God, there is always a tendency to fall into sin. No matter how on fire you are, when sin comes near you, you will feel it, no matter how hot you are. And no matter how prayerful you are, no matter how spiritual you are, if you open the doors for demons, they will come in. Ephesians 4:27, give no room for the devil. And a lot of us give room for the devil without even knowing it. We enter covenants with things we eat, with the things we watch, with the things we hear, with the places we go, with the people we hang around with the kind of talk we entertain. And we just have to come to that place as Christians where, we know what is profitable. Paul said, not everything is lawful, but not everything is profitable. If something is not profitable for your spiritual walk with God, as appealing as it is, as pleasant as it is, I love movies a lot, and that brings me to another point I want to make in this video before I wrap up. As much as I love movies, I have to really now understand: is this profitable for my spiritual walk with God? And to confirm that, because there's a way God speaks to us in a lot of ways. I was scrolling through YouTube yesterday night, and randomly I just popped up these videos. What kind of movies should you watch as a Christian? Maybe I can't link this. Maybe I post it on YouTube. I'll link the video if I can. And I just found this because it's not a coincidence. I just read this one of the girls who are talking to me. Like, I see what I see what happened there. And that's just it. And which brings us to another point is, and I don't want to say this to dunk on any Christian creative, but if I have to go to Amazon Prime and watch a very gory, ungodly show just to be entertained, We are the Christian media. And I'm saying this with love. I'm saying this not with judgment because, and I'm saying this with attack to myself because I'm a writer. I'm a creative. I love stories. I love making movies. I love writing, you know. But and that's one of the, let me not say that. But yeah, we really need to get to that space where we can start creating godly entertainment for ourselves. That we don't have to pollute our eyes just because we want to be entertained. That I can sit to watch a very interesting TV show and not open doors to demons. Yeah, we have The Chosen from Angel Studios, and Angel Studios, they are doing something really amazing right now where they are expanding. They are doing like a Jesus cinematic universe, which I think is really amazing. We need more of that, honestly. We need more of that. We need more of that. We need more of that. I can't emphasize that enough. And also, there's this other studio that's doing something. They're doing this animated stuff with King David, and yeah, we just need more of that. I remember growing up as a 2000 kids, we had this. We had Bible Man, we had Superbook, we had Prince of Egypt. We had all these type of shows, but now we don't. And and that's one of the things I'm really hoping that Lily for All grows up to become. Is not just, yeah, I love how we are starting. I love that we're starting with teachings, but I'm telling you, I don't put out my eggs. I don't put my cards out, but I'm telling you, this is going to be something so much bigger. Like so much bigger. Luli for All is going to be something so much bigger. And honestly, I would just love. I'm just in a space whereby I'm just I'm just excited. Yeah, I'm excited, but I'm more excited with the journey with God because I don't want to see this as a situation like, oh, it's just because of this thing I want to do or this status I want to reach, but rather, because what's the point if you are doing all these things, you are reaching all these status, you are, building this platform, and your relationship with God is lacking. So I don't want that situation, and yeah, anything that would affect that, like watching a TV show, for me and for you too as well, it's kind of best advisable to stop it. I hope this blesses you and I hope it sticks with you. I'll make some of that teachings now.